welcome back to Emotional Mojo. You know, as far as motivational and inspirational figures go, there's no question Oprah leads the pack. But how does one become Miss O's Ambassador of Hope? Our guest today earned that title by overcoming a childhood of abuse and then turning that pain into a lifeline for others in struggle. So we are honored to have Marala Scott Skyping in live with us now. Hi, how are you?
Good morning. How are you?
We're fabulous. We're so happy to have you here because your story is definitely what our show is all about. Maybe you can share a little background. You grew up in an abusive household, but did sharing your story help you heal?
Sharing my story is something I advise people to do in their life all the time because it really helped me. And a lot of people don't understand getting that emotional turmoil out of you and things that you suppress is so healthy when you get it on paper and then you use it as fuel to heal yourself and to help others. Why would I do that?
Exactly. Right? She makes it sound like duh.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, and well, what we love is you rose beyond your circumstances, and not everybody does that. You know, now you dedicate your work to helping others learn to forgive. How did it feel to be recognized as one of Oprah's ambassadors of hope?
Well, you know, it's tremendous because when you do things from your heart, you're really not doing them for recognition. And when you get it, especially from someone like Oprah, that's a tremendous boost to let other people know what I'm doing and get the message out there. Because I can't help people if people don't know about it. And that's one of the things I want people to understand is that I aim to let people know that your life is greater than what you realize. And a lot of things that you go through are meant to overcome that. And Oprah seeing that I was doing that and sharing such a positive message, that's how I became, you know, one of her 5 worldwide ambassadors of hope, and I am just honored.
I can't even imagine living up to that kind of title, but you're doing it. I mean, what are some of the ways that you're sharing your message and helping people?
Well, you know, I go out and I speak internationally, but one of the biggest things that I like to do more than anything is actually ghostwrite. Because writing people, I have so many books, dozens of books that are already written and put out there for a lot of celebrities and people and, you know, entrepreneurs and small business owners, anyone that has, you know, triumphed over something or succeeded in something, and they want to teach people how to do it. So I do a lot of writing, and I write people's memoir to help them get a lot of things they may have suppressed in their childhood or their adult life to get it out and then find out, okay, that was a pain, that's in the past, but how can I heal from it? And better yet, if I'm focusing on helping others by teaching them what mistakes not to make and what not to do, I'm going to help myself in the long run, like a boomerang. It's going to come back and benefit.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So, you know, I do that. And then through writing through Sarah's books, it's tremendous. And I love the people I work with, and they see a huge difference in their life after they finish their book and get it out.
Well, Jada, as a therapist, I imagine this is exactly the type of message you share with the people you counsel.
Absolutely. It's so therapeutic to journal and to write. And believe it or not, when I was going through, I've been through the same thing that she's going through, you know, domestic violence and abuse. So, yeah, I definitely believe that you can do it. My therapist told me to start journaling, and it turned into a book.
Wow. And Marala, we got to ask you, because we're challenging our viewers today. Every day we do a challenge. Today we're telling them to trust their intuition, which you're a strong believer in. In fact, your latest book, Intuition, is a thriller which was inspired by true events. Tell us a little bit about that book.
Well, back 3 years ago, I actually had problems with my head. I kept going to my doctors and telling them, hey, there's something right here. And they sent me to a lot of different specialists. No one can find anything. And finally, I went back to my doctor because I kept trusting my intuition as I did when I was a childhood, as my intuition came out of In Our House, which is my first memoir, to just show people, you know, it came out of a heightened state of fear. But I had it, and as I grew older, I learned to tap into it. And so finally I went back, and he said, look, I'm going to send you to a neurosurgeon. He's going to run some tests that probably no one did. And lo and behold, they found that I had multiple brain aneurysms. Okay,
oh my gosh.
But I'm here. You know, they fixed them. I had them clipped. And to get my speech and memory back, my daughter, you know, she said, hey, Mom, let's go ahead and start, you know, working on a project together so we can kind of get your speech and your memory back. And my husband said, right, that's your passion. You love to inspire people. It'll come back. I couldn't remember. My short-term memory was gone. And we started working on Intuition, which was my daughter's idea to teach people what she learned from me. Is how do you trust it? How do you tap into it? How does it work in your life? And how will it help you have a better life? So the book Intuition is a romantic, psychological thriller that is delicious. And of just something to really teach you in a very palatable way instead of, hey, just trust it. It shows you how. So the characters really draw you in and show you how they've learned to trust it. And it's inspired by true events.
That is amazing.
Wow, that is so cool. And one of our tips earlier was in your body, you know, if there's something that you feel is off and the doctors all say, oh, you're fine, keep asking. And that's a perfect example of that. And I can't wait to read the book. This is so cool. Instead of like just a self-help book on intuition, this is like the thriller about it.
It's so pretty
sounds cool.
Well, Marala, we want to thank you for sharing your story with us. We're so happy to have you, and congratulations on your title, because that is an amazing feat in itself. So thank you for joining us. And her book is available, by the way, online and in bookstores. Bye, Marala.
Bye. Thank you.